This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
In that cash talk, walk in the booth like Naomi on the catwalk, and tell them bitches whoop whoop from the Jaguar. It ain't even right though. Push me and I might go. She ain't getting money. I'm like, what the fuck the hype for? When them bitches bite flow, make my appetite go poof, gone. Voila, magic, looking mad good just to pull up on them rampant.
Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I'm Mecca.
I'm Jamila.
And I have to fix my titties. Hold on. Because I'm turn to top.
What are they doing?
Sometime when
they just be kind of bleep, bleep, bleep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just got to put them in their proper
same way,
place.
same directional, looking at the camera like me. So, I'm still kind of exhausted, but we had a blast. We just got back from South by Southwest, powered by Calexy. Shout out to our friends, new fan.
Actually, we just got back from the South by Southwest and Dallas from that fashion show. So we were like,
I told y'all I saw Miss Deseri in the airport on our way home from South by Southwest.
I was like, where's she at?
I think she was coming in. So that's what Melisa was saying. She was coming into South by and we were coming out. But like literally as I was walking in, because of course I left Jamila and Taylor because I have Clear and Pre-Check, which I encourage everyone to get Clear and Pre-Check. It's just like you be walking right there and got to take your shoes off and got to take your laptop out and that. Definitely worth the investment. People were like, oh my God, you're so rich. Pre-Check is $75 for like 3 years. It's not, Clear is $100.
What's the difference between Clear and Pre-Check?
Okay.
And why do you need both?
Clear? Why you need both is because when you have Clear with Pre-Check, Clear is to skip the line and go through TSA. TSA Pre-Check is like the expedited TSA itself. So you don't have to have both. But if you're someone like, you carry around a lot of electronics like camera, laptop, all that and having to take all that shit out your carry-on can be like irritating as fuck, along with your shoes, all that. TSA Pre-Check makes it so you don't got to do that. You don't even got to take your jacket off. You just walk through the scanner. Just put your shit on the conveyor belt.
So they just trust TSA Pre-Checkers more for some odd reason?
Because you have to do a background check and all that. So they
assume. They did the background check before.
Yes, that's why like if you have any issues, you're not going to get approved. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then Clear is just to skip the overall line. So you can have Clear, but you would be going through regular TSA, but you can skip the line. So that's why you want to have Clear and Pre-Check, because then you got Clear and you can skip the TSA line.
How much is the Clear?
The Clear is, I think that's like $100 and something a year, because again, you don't need TSA Pre-Check to have Clear. Just helps you skip the line. It's like a fast pass.
Interesting. Okay. I'll consider.
I mean, as much as we travel.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, travel is upon us.
Travel is upon us.
So,
and I was already traveling last year a lot with my dad, having to go back and forth home, and all them lines and stuff. Like, I don't know if you realize. Yeah.
You know, Atlanta Airport, well, the busiest in the world.
Let me tell you something. I never have an issue going. I don't mind flying. Like, everyone's always like, fuck Atlanta. I never have no issues with your airport, but I have Clear and Pre-Check. So I literally go to my side of the airport and I walk through.
Yeah, I feel like Atlanta Airport is really intimidating for people who are not used to it.
Mm-hmm. With the MARTA.
I'm so used to it. Yeah, I'm very used to Atlanta Airport, and I feel like it's very easy to understand. Mm-hmm. People be acting like Atlanta's so confusing. I'm like, well, not if you read.
I was gonna say, I don't think Atlanta Airport's confusing. Two airports I don't like: O'Hare in Chicago, irritating as fuck, and LaGuardia in New York. Not a fan of those airports.
I was actually a little bit confused when I touched down in Dallas.
Yes.
I was like, hello?
Where am I at?
Where the hell? Where do I go?
Dallas, Fort Worth? Am I in Dallas or in Fort Worth?
So I didn't like that one. It was just a little. I was just a little confused on how to get out, and I should never be confused on how to get out.
Yes, I can see that.
You know, like let me out of here.
Yeah,
Hartsville. Maybe ain't no.
I was
no
gonna
question.
say, and I think it's just because
you can really just follow the crowd too. Yeah, just follow the people. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But anyways, let's get into our little recap of our festivities over the past, 2 weeks? Damn.
I still am. I went out last night, so I'm fighting for my life, low key.
Did you? Where'd you go?
Motherfucking Seaside. And then Urban Social, which is where the cat daddies be.
Well, we know what you like, baby.
I'm reformed. I've been watching them fry up, what is it, the 27-year-old stay-at-home mom and the 51-year-old getting a divorce. Do you know that couple?
Yeah, it's like, I'm so glad y'all are doing that, actually. I don't need
I'll be honest, I never went into the 50s. Not that I'm any better.
50s is, no, I
never went into the 50s.
I would never let you have that.
I definitely kept it to the early 40s. Mm-hmm.
Still scary, but hey.
Listen.
50s is just like, now we need to have a conversation. It's his daddy issues. It just is.
Someone asked me, was mine daddy issues? And I was like, yes and no. It's because my dad is so old that our parents are the same age. So we be having a lot in common to talk about. I be saying that all the time. But, I don't. Well, I'm still friends with one of them.
That old man.
That's my friend at this point.
Well,
I'll be like, you okay? You're over there alone. I don't want you to get up out of here and no one knows about it.
That's insane.
Well,
because that's how old he is.
Get the same age as Portia.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Am I dating Portia?
No, but for perspective, Okay, anyway, we're getting off topic. South by Southwest, Dallas.
South by
Mardi Gras. Did we talk about Oh yeah, we did Mardi Gras.
We talked about Mardi Gras.
We're all moon pies.
We had a little break.
Melisa loves moon pies and was sending us pictures of herself eating moon pies. Disgusting.
She says she cleared the box.
Like,
said,
oh my
exactly.
God, you're craving a marshmallow?
That's crazy that you don't like marshmallows because it's like, yum.
When we were kids, my mom used to make peanut butter and marshmallow sandwiches for Darrington because he's a sicko.
Okay. Now, see, you lost
And
me.
then that nigga would go ahead and go behind her and put jelly on it. I said, you're disgusting.
And I know he was shitting up his back.
I don't know. He was like 7. Kids
yeah,
got a stomach of steel. Eat anything and they just start running around.
Yeah, that's not something I particularly ever asked for, actually.
Yeah, my mom, my mom can't really cook. So when she would make our lunches, we would throw them away. But Darrington had like this. This is like a running funny story in our family. My mom made our lunches every single day. And at the end of the year, she had a bill for like $100-some because everyday lunch was like, what, $1 at the time. And she was like, I don't understand why they're buying lunch because.
Well, Miss Lindy.
Wait, one of the yard duties, Miss Annette, used to be like, yeah, Darrington comes in here and throws his lunch in the trash can like a basketball.
Oh my!
But it would be so disgusting. Like she would put the peanut butter, jelly, marshmallow sauce on a tortilla and roll it up like a Tostito.
Oh no, ma'am!
And then when my mom got a panini maker. Oh my God, bitch! Oh my God!
No, I remember when the panini maker hit the streets like the George Foreman.
Bitch, when my mom got a panini maker, it was so bad for me in Darrington. This lady was wrapping hot dogs up and putting hot dogs and pressing in the panini and sending it to lunch.
Oh.
I was like,
now see, my parents were victims of the George Foreman. They were trying to figure out a way how to cook literally everything on a George Foreman. If they could have made gumbo with that George Foreman, they would have. That's how insane came out with they were.
With the Instapot.
Hello? George Foreman. Like, you know how, see, the kids these days are used to the air fryers. No, baby.
It was a George Foreman.
When the George Foreman hit the streets.
Back in the 80s.
It was insane. And what made it so amazing for our black ass parents was the grease catcher.
You're unlocking so many memories because I completely forgot that we had what is this? We had remember he started making different models. So you had like the George Foreman. It's kind of like the flat top hibachi, We weren't even that advanced. Mind you, we could have been doing hibachi on our George. Some people probably were, but I'm saying
there were
like
so many things that could have been done. He could have really
the grease.
If he would have just been a little bit earlier.
You said grease catcher, and that unlocked something deep within me.
We had the old school one too, the little tiny white one.
No, we had
that was crickety. Oh
we
man,
had the black one.
We used to have a good boudin on there.
Oh yes, oh yes. I can see it now. It was like a black and the grease catcher, and at one point, I believe we lost the grease catcher.
Oh, and that's when you have to get a plate. We're so black.
In the later years, we lost the grease catcher, but the grill still works.
When the grill worked, it's
one
okay.
thing my dad used to do, he used to work at an Italian restaurant called Español's. Over there, if you're from Sacramento, it's by Sac State. I don't know if Español's is still open. He used to work in that, like those, and it was a fancy restaurant. So they would close at like 8 or 9, but he would come home and make hamburgers after his shift on that grill. Ugh. That's how my mama said I got big, because I swear that's what she said. You got big because you're going to be eating a second dinner with your daddy.
Second dinner is crazy.
Really be it. Because my mama makes me all bullshit.
I'm screaming, yeah, let me go over there and
that's the thing. And Darrington would never stay up for it because he would be falling asleep. But I would be knowing, like, girl, I ain't going to eat that steamed broccoli and fish you made. Girl, I don't want that. I didn't even come make me a goddamn hamburger. Okay.
Oh, my God.
But we keep getting off topic. South by Southwest fashion show.
Yes.
Deseri.
Let's see how many times it take us to finish this. Y'all take a shot. It's a new drinking game alert, okay? Every time y'all watch our show, every time we change topics, take a shot.
Exactly.
New game alert.
I was going to say, they were talking about that in the comments of the Alexis video. Y'all all over the place. Mind you, Alexis texted me.
This is just how this is how we speak.
Alexis was like, mind you, Jamila, do you remember you were really tired that day?
What happened?
We just had a lot going. That like Alexis was the last interview. Remember, we were just on that streak for 2 weeks. Every day we were doing interviews, and it was that very last day. And I think you had just got back from New York. And I know like you were tired, and that's why I was cracking up when they was in the comments like Jamila was so demure this episode. The bitch was exhausted. You actually don't know she's been running for a week.
I'm fighting.
She was fighting for her
life.
life. If she had been on 10, that probably would have been way more chaotic.
Probably been 3 hours long. I think I remember us telling ourselves to shut the fuck up at some point. Like, okay, actually, we literally have to end this episode because I think we had to do something after that. We had to
do something, and then we ended up staying on the call like a FaceTime. Because remember, that's when I ended up getting the Beyonce tickets.
We had to exchange some tea or something.
Yeah, because the Beyonce tickets. I'm now going to Beyonce with Alexis in Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, by the way, that's a shot because we just changed topics again. So go ahead.
Cowboy, but I'm in Club Hoedown, so I had to tell them that. We're in Club Hoedown, bitch. We had some business to attend to. Okay. It's fashion show.
South by Southwest.
Dallas. Never letting Jamila book the hotel again because she had us in fucking Arlington.
Yes. I will take that. Although it's my fault, but it's also my aunt's fault. I should never listen to my aunties. I said, because mind you, I'm booking the hotel, and of course I type in Dallas, right? And so one of the first ones to pull up was that one, and it had good reviews. It looked nice, and I was like, oh. And so I booked it, but I didn't realize it said Arlington until after the reservation. So I was like, oh shoot, this says Arlington. And then my aunt was like, oh, I mean, that's right by Dallas. It's all in the same area. And I was like, oh, okay. And that makes sense if, I'm coming from Atlanta where, if it says like Marietta or something like that, it's still kind of in the same vicinity. So I was like, oh, okay, tight shit. Hell nah. We was 30 minutes away from every goddamn thing.
It was really only bad because I drove to Dallas, unfortunately.
So they gave her a little extra leg.
And I got to Dallas, I want to say within almost 4 hours because I did hit traffic like the last hour. And then I had to drive like another 45 minutes because I was in traffic, but I had to get to Arlington. Yeah. So it made my trip like almost 5 hours, which I was fin to jump out my car. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a driver. I do see I could get used to it because it's such a straight shot. And then the thing is, Sam Houston State University is like there are some good big ass landmarks. Like there's a Buc-ee's. I just like to call it Buc-ee's. There's Sam Houston and there's this Buc-ee's in like.
She is talking about Buc-ee's, y'all. I don't know if y'all.
What the fuck? What is that place called? Oh, Ennis.
You'll never know.
And it's like I know. Okay, I'm I have 2 more hours. I have 1 more hour. Like I was peeping that having to go both ways. I said, okay. So next time I do this, which I might have to do it in April, depending on how I'm feeling, I'm going to pray on it. But I can probably get through it. I would leave earlier though. Cause we were leaving.
I mean, anytime you're going to take a big drive, it's like you might as well bite that bullet and just leave early. That way you can just, relax.
Yeah.
And if you need to take a nap,
I would definitely leave but I know how to bust the time down because I'm going to leave from my friend's house in Spring. If I leave from Spring, that already cuts off 30 minutes off my trip. Because I have the keys now. I know what to expect now. Yeah. So when we got to Dallas, okay. Fashion show. That was my first fashion show.
Really?
Yes, I've never.
That was my maybe second or third, but it was my first, I guess you could say, major fashion show. Because I've been to more of the local stuff. Like my friend had a fashion show, and he's also having another one actually this upcoming Saturday. It's good if you're in Atlanta. Pop out to the fashion show hosted by Fashion. Just look at my Instagram bio. It's actually going to be really dope. His first one was super lit. Performances, all that. I'm like, he really did the thing. So
who
yeah,
is it? Who I think it
my
is?
second fashion show. Thomas.
Okay.
It's hosted by Thomas. I don't know if you've ever met Thomas.
No, I don't think I have.
He's one of my college friends. Okay. But yeah, it was super, super dope. And I'm excited for this one. So yeah, if y'all are in Atlanta, pop out to that. It'll be fun. I'll be there. Yeah. But yeah, this will be my first major fashion show. And so it was hosted by Deseri. She has these handbags. The brand is Deseri.
Deseri. She uses the same leather as Coach.
Was super cute. Yeah,
they looked good quality. I definitely do want to get one. It looked
good quality. Yeah,
I want to buy. I want to buy one.
Cute.
Support Black business
for sure. And she was the first Black woman to have her store in the Galleria in Dallas.
Yeah,
that's lit. You did that, girl.
And then her husband owns the restaurant. Something in cocktails. Kitchen and cocktails, which is where the kind of the after move was. It was nice.
Yeah, the food was good. Yeah, it was nice. The food was good too.
So my lobster mac and cheese was good. I enjoyed.
Yeah, all the food looked good. It smelled. It was great. It was a great time. So I enjoyed the fashion show. I like when people actually put forth effort in things. Of course, it's a fashion show for handbags, so it had the potential to be very bland and stale because it's you can only do so much with handbags. But I like that she took that and kind of just really did it up and created theme and took you into the experience of how you can wear these handbags and for what reason. It was themed around cowboy,
really leaned into
the Western
rodeo
and stuff
season.
Like that. So it was lit. I really enjoyed it.
They had a man doing a lasso, all type of shit, girl. It was very well thought out. It
was very well thought out.
A lady, I can't think of her first name. She's big in Dallas though.
Oh, the host.
Lady something. I can't think of it. Yeah. But she did an excellent job as well.
Yeah.
And it was great. To your point about styling those bags, some of those outfits I would have not thought of. I like how they gave us casual, business casual, Western, all the stuff. It was really well thought out.
They really gave you from top to bottom how you could wear it. And it was it spoke to the versatility of the bags. I was like, okay, girl, you did your thing now.
Like thizzle.
I'm influenced. I'm influenced.
That's
literally. Yes. And she was T.
She's so pretty.
Cute.
Yeah.
I said, oh yeah, you're ready. You're taking it, sister. You're taking it.
We're going to take a break.
And we're back.
I was trying to tell Jamila the drama that was happening at the fashion show, but she was oblivious because, again, Black people, the seats had names
Black people specifically
on them, right? Mind you, I don't know. It was an older couple. I knew Grandma had to sit down because she came in there some Uggs in her church dress and the Uggs. And she had Grandpa next to her and he had the cane. So this lady who her name was on the seat, it was an open bar. So obviously your name tag is sitting on your chair. She got up to go get herself a drink. Grandma sits down in her seat and gets motherfucking comfortable, right? She comes back and was like, oh, you're sitting in my seat. And she's trying to explain, at first she's trying to explain to her, when I said Grandma ignored this lady, she was like, huh? Oh.
That's so damn
funny. Huh? And the other lady was older too. She was probably in her 40s, 50s, like somewhere in there. She was also an auntie, but this lady was like clearly like 70s type shit. When I say she wouldn't get up and she didn't care to the point, the lady stood there for like 10 minutes and she kept looking around. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't fucking know what to do. And it's like there was no one walking around. That was the one. They did not have ushers. They had the girls handing out drinks. So there wasn't anyone to be like, she stole my seat. That literally has my name on it.
You got to just eat
like
that.
She literally had like, it was insane. The lady walked away. It's like, your name is on that seat. This old lady did not care. And it was like, old Black people are so, oh my God, you did not have to steal ladies' seat.
You really just got to eat some stuff like that. And it's just like, well, all right. That's funny.
It was.
Can't even be mad. Old Blacks, they're going to be
Mind
old
you,
Blacks.
in my head, I was sitting there like, someone might have to give these older people their seat for real or help them find their seat. Because the granddad was on a cane. Like, they clearly can't be up standing around.
If that was me, I for damn sure wasn't gonna say shit. You got this, sister.
No, like, if it had been me, but she was also an older woman, I think. So she was like, oh, you're in my seat. But it was just like, no, where else is, like, I don't know. You know, as young people, we would have just ate it and been like, oh yeah, go ahead.
That ain't even for me. That ain't even for me,
grandma.
Sister. Go ahead, right there.
Ahead. But you know, old on old crime.
Yeah,
they don't be giving a fuck.
That's funny.
No, it was funny.
Yes.
It was giving a Nene and Phaedra moment. Well, are you gonna get up? No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well.
And then between that and you trying to get them fries and you couldn't get no fries, the popcorn wasn't bad. It just, you could taste the food coloring on the popcorn.
Yes. That is
and
like
the chemicals.
And that's also my gripe with certain cakes. Like when you go to like a Publix or whatever, you get their cake. I don't like to get too many different colors because the food coloring starts to bleed and it has a certain flavor. I know people say you can't taste food coloring.
Oh, that's a bunch of shit.
Can.
I feel like if you're talking
you put too much, you absolutely
can't taste food coloring. You need to get your taste buds examined and you being real greedy and gluttonous because if you pause,
there is a certain amount of drops you put in there to where you can't taste it. But the moment you put one too many, it is a very chemically taste and I don't want it. And that's what the popcorn tasted like. It was sweet and good at first. And then you was like, oh,
it was like
that's chemicals.
The after hit with each pop because it was caramel corn
with each pop.
And her colors was like pink. So it was this cute pink caramel corn. So you eat it, you like, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Yeah, and then you go like, wait a minute. Chemical?
The hell?
A pesticide? Poison me? So I just had about 10 pops and let it go.
Yeah, I could not, when I couldn't bear the chemical no more because it was so good in the first half. And then the second half would be so bad. I was like, I'm going to throw this away. Yeah. But back to my point, I wanted to rant a little bit. Yeah. People who say they can't taste food coloring really make me mad because, like, how fast do you have to be inhaling something to be like, I don't taste that chemical?
Sometimes you can't, though. If they, like I said, if they do it right.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. But, you know, if you slow down and chewed your food, you would taste that pesticide. Anyway.
She's calling y'all big.
I'm just saying y'all should chew your food. That's what my grandmother told me. Y'all, you know, you're supposed to take a certain amount of bites so you can get all the flavors. And it also helps you get...
Take a shot.
Remember the episode when Tony was off the Vyvanse and keeping us, but that episode was like 2 hours long, so you could see the Vyvanse start to wear off, and then he was just letting us go when he was hopping in. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, Dallas. South by Southwest.
South by Southwest. I would like to say, first and foremost, I have to admit something.
What?
I did not know what South by Southwest was until literally a week before South by Southwest. And I am sorry about that. I don't know all of the things, y'all.
She thought we were going to the motherfucking
a Southwest Airlines convention. Sue me. I just didn't
talk about they have bad press, planes falling out the sky. I thought they was trying to do something cute.
I just thought they were diversifying. I thought they were just branching into the influencer market. It would be smart. Just saying, influencers do travel. But hey, nonetheless,
sponsor me, Southwest.
When I finally figured out what South by Southwest was, I still didn't understand fully. I thought it was more so just a music festival, and then like they would have panels here and there. When I got to Southwest, that's when I was like, oh, this is fucking lit. I want to be here every year. I absolutely loved that festival, convention, whatever you want to call it, because it was such first of all, the manpower that it took to put something like that together, I don't think y'all understand. I was blown away because it's like there's so much happening in tandem. It's like whoever is on the executive board for this shit, I know y'all work year round for
takes
each
a year
year's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they've already probably started planning for next year. Like, that's how insane it was. So what we quickly realized when we got there is like, oh, this isn't necessarily just a music festival. It's more so an industry convention with music festivals happening and going on. And so there were lots of different meetings and conferences and panels just going on every single day. And it actually started on the 6th and ended on the 15th. So like it was massive and there was so much to do. So I would definitely love to go back, even just as a spectator, like not necessarily as a panelist, because I would just love to do all the things. And I feel like South by Southwest was such a great opportunity for me to branch out. If you follow me, you've heard me talk about me having social anxiety a lot. And I still do have that. And I'm probably never not going to have it. But I feel like I really pushed myself to break out of that and at least fight against it so that I could receive the benefits of an event like this. And I feel like I did so well. I'm giving myself a huge pat on the back. I really just did that. Like I was talking, y'all wouldn't believe. You're going to have to check my vlog later on this week to see like what I was doing. But I was talking to people, y'all. Oh my God, I did so good. Yes.
I also have a vlog on YouTube. I was doing a daily vlog. I literally have to edit the last day. I just haven't.
Okay.
But day 1, day 2 are up. So definitely go check those out, respectively. Mecca on YouTube and Jamila Bell on YouTube. But I had an amazing time. I was kind of aware of South by Southwest, but I was honestly, like I said, blown back. Like this is my first time going to an event like this. And then meeting people who were telling us about other events like this. Like I found out about the movie festival in Martha's Vineyard, which is, is like a historically Black area. The Black film festival that happens in Miami. It was like, oh, they have all these, but like in Black too. Like that I was like, okay, now I have my list of things that I need to show up at. And like I keep saying this, but as you get older, it's like the stuff that you want to do that seems fun. Like your horizons expand. I had an amazing time. I am looking so forward to like going to the Black versions of these things. That's definitely on my to-do list. Tribeca, like the festivals in general, because again, I thought South by Southwest was a music festival. I made it like, I thought it was like a Rolling Loud, like a music festival. I did not know that it was what it is, which is an industry convention, which is like a perfect way to put it. They have so many talks available for you, so many panels you can go to, so many link ups, meetups for you to network in whatever industry. Like obviously it's a creative space.
There was like tech there too.
Tech.
A huge tech
like
portion.
Tech, art, like anything you can link up for. Jamila and I went to a Black content creator event, went to a HBCU event. We were meeting some heavy hitters who were doing shit that I would have never even thought you could really do.
First of all, it's just like you don't know who's watching you. And I keep saying, I keep trying to tell y'all to post y'all content. So we're going to have a little motivation number. So go ahead and take your shot because we're going to have a tangent.
Okay. Let me take another shot of water.
Get that shot ready.
So I don't start coughing.
Yeah, go ahead and take your shot because tangent loading. You literally do not know who is watching you. You don't know what rooms your name is in because those numbers just do not accurately tell you. Because think about it, about how you and your friends interact with content, right? You might see a funny video, you send it to your group chat. Now you guys are talking and then it goes here and then it goes there. But you don't know who all is
included in those numbers.
Sometimes, right. And then sometimes it transitions to other platforms that you didn't even post it to. So it's just like, think about how that reaches, right? We went to a music event, a music listening event. You
need to describe the event before you, please.
Oh, let me describe the event because it actually was such
so
a dope
fun.
idea.
Like I had a great time.
It was so fun. I loved it. So it was a hip hop and R&B listening event, right? And they had 4 panelists. They had 4 panelists on stage, right? And they were essentially music execs. So they worked in A&R. For the most part, I think they all worked in A&R, right?
One of the girls owned a studio, I believe. I think she was the only one who wasn't like an executive.
Yeah. So basically, it was an opportunity for these musicians to play their songs, and the people on the panel would give them advice. Like, I love this. I didn't like this. Here's what you could do better, which is, you don't get that opportunity all the time. So it was a super dope concept, right? So we get in, and they're playing their music, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. The first couple was...
We were sitting in the back.
The first... Yeah. The first couple was, you know what I'm saying? Like, they needed that advice for sure. For sure. They definitely needed that advice. And I hope they listen. But it seemed like it was getting progressively good. I'm like, and it was some heavy hitters. I'm like, y'all's really eating. So that was the event, right?
Some of them were bad. She's being nice. And I want you to get to the motivational part, but I have to get to the hilarious. I have to talk about this event. Shot time. If you are someone who cannot keep a straight face in church, when people start rolling on the floor, these type of events might not be for you, because
you have to be strong.
And when I say Jamila got me on camera, I was like having to put my head between my legs, because some of them songs were legitimately hot garbage, fire, dumpster trash. And shout out to those music executives. They weren't even really keeping it together. They were doing shit like, it would be a bad song. And it's funny because the person I know you about to bring up is the person who said this. He said, who cares what you sound like? You're marketable. You look good. That's all that matters.
You got the look.
Baby,
you got amazing energy.
He said that song was shit. He said, you got amazing energy. You're marketable. You don't even have to sound good. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, da-da-da-da. Like, seeing these people trying to, what is this sandwich? What is the business model? Good, bad, good. Or trying to just say stuff that is positive while trying to tell them this shit is trash. The one boy from Houston, there was a couple of them, he said, I don't have anything to say. I was back there like literally shaking.
Yeah,
okay.
I had to.
No, yeah, when I say I was like,
yeah.
And I told this story on TikTok, and then I'll let Jamila get to hers. There was a girl who made, like, I would say positive, like, rage music. And everyone was vibing with it. Everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell she said.
I don't know what the fuck she was talking about, but it was a vibe. And, like, the whole audience was, like, head bobbing.
Everybody head was like, hold on.
Like, think kind of like,
do y'all shit,
yeah,
mama.
like Rico Nasty-esque. So now she got a reaction. Everybody like, oh, where are you from? Da, da, da. She says the name. I didn't recognize the place, and neither did the executives. So
she said Tel Aviv. I said,
So they're like, oh, well, where's that? She goes,
Israel.
When I say the whole room, mind you, the room is filled with mostly Black people. I had an audible back. I said, oh, someone said, to that I think it was that nigga from Rochester to the left of me was like, oh shit.
I said,
the whole room of Black people was like, oh,
so bad.
And then she was like,
oh.
Yeah. Go stream my music.
Anyways, streaming now.
We're going to take a break. And we're back.
So that was the event.
So fun.
Super dope concept, like I said. Like, I love the concept. I love the event. It was very entertaining, like super fun. And so, I had my manager hat on. So I'm like, I definitely want to talk to the people on the panel. And one of the guys on the panel Jamila? I had already spoke to. I manage an artist named Audie. You guys may recognize her voice. She's actually the person who wrote the theme song, wrote and rapped our theme song to Unhinged and Moral, Let It Be. No, not Let It Be, right there. Both songs are streaming, though. Go stream both the songs, Let It Be and Right There.
And we have actually talked about Autumn on here before. Autumn also happens to be Jamila's best friend.
Okay. So make sure y'all go follow her on all platforms.
Audie Automar.
Yes. Also,
come on, plug.
Another tangent. Go ahead and take a shot.
Another one.
Another shot. Let me do the whole plug. So basically, Autumn just released a single, Clowns. Okay. It's off her EP that's dropping April 12th, y'all.
Period.
April 12th.
Shout out Autumn.
So make sure y'all stream the song. Go watch the video that I just directed. Yes.
Ring a Bell Productions.
Clap. Cool. Ring a Bell Productions. Purr. And like I said, she has an EP coming out April 12th. So make sure y'all go stream her. Make sure y'all support, because if y'all support us, you got to support her. You know what I'm saying? That's just straight like that. But anyways, also, I had my manager hat on.
I wanted to say, Autumn has really good appeal, because even, Darrington does music too. And not that, I mean, I have listened to Autumn's music, but boys don't always tap in with like girl music. He was like,
Yeah.
Autumn is hard. He was like, I would get it. He's like, I had DM'd Autumn like, I want to get, let's do some. Let's make some. And she's like, Autumn's hard. I was like, okay, period.
Yeah.
Autumn Mar, you got the boys tapped in. I didn't know this right, girl.
Yeah. One thing about it, and it was funny because we touched on this a little bit before, but it's like, I was so gagged when Autumn started rapping.
Yeah.
Because we always be making fun of people who randomly start rapping because they're usually not good.
She came out and she was just good. It was weird.
But she was just amazing. And I was like, girl, what the fuck? When the hell did you develop this talent? Like, I don't know. It's insane. So she's literally like that. Like, I'm not, saucing it just because she's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, her talent speaks for herself. Because I believe in her and because I am her best friend, I'm like, I'm gonna go hard for her. So that's that. But
you literally just.
But yeah, make sure you guys stream it.
What is this? The theme song?
And
like, just
things.
give us a girl power theme song, Autumn. I don't know.
Yeah, and she wrote it in like 3 days.
It's like, oh, I'll get the beat and all this stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I actually already have a beat that's perfect for this. BRB, and was literally right back and got it and did
like,
it. I was like, girl, what the fuck? This is amazing. Thank you. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah. All those things. She deserves all those things. And it's going to be her year. So just look out for that.
Yeah,
so now back to my other tangent. I had my manager hat on. So I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I talk to everybody on the panel. And I had already talked to one of the boys on the panel because he was in a different event that I was in earlier. So I was like, okay, I already talked to him. Let me go talk to this one dude. His name was Philip. So shout out to Philip if you see this. He works in A&R in Austin. So I'm like, okay, I walk up to him. I was like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Jamila. Before I even get Jamila out, he goes, I know exactly who you are. What? I'm looking around like, why the hell you know me? I don't do music. That's where my mind went, y'all, because I'm that aloof. I'm like, how the hell do you know me? He goes, oh, I be on TikTok. He was like, I know you. And then he points to Mecca in the back. Her back there too.
Mind you, I'm walking in from going to the bathroom because I had to go doo-doo.
And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. He was like, yeah, like, y'all are it. Like, y'all are amazing. Like, I definitely know who y'all are. I follow y'all. I think y'all are dope. Just all these things, giving us our praise. And I'm like, I'm gagged. I'm really gagged because I'm like, whoa, we've reached places that we weren't necessarily even intending. Because like I said, I don't do music in that way. I don't really even talk about music a lot. So the fact that I have landed in the lap of a whole A&R executive in Austin, I said, okay, damn shit. Well, since you're so familiar, here's my artist.
Can you please tap in a little bit?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
Well, shit. And so I want y'all to like really understand that you just are never, ever going to fully grasp your reach until it just starts hitting you later. Right. And so you have to keep that in mind when you're like doing content, when you're doing whatever field you're in, you literally just have to keep going. And that audience is going to find you no matter what, because they're going to fuck with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like overly niche yourself. You don't have to overly like produce yourself and market yourself, because if you yourself are marketable, the people are going to find you.
You don't even have to be good at music. You can just be marketable, baby.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Philip. I'm going to start saying that shit all the time. You don't even have to be good. You can just be marketable. He didn't lie, though. That's the crazy part. He did not lie.
But that's right. And we say that all the time. So it's like, I mean,
because a lot of y'all can't really sing. Y'all can't read music. You don't know if you're an alto, a soprano, or a tenor. But you're marketable. And that's all that matters.
You look good.
Your energy is out of this world. That nigga was going on and on. He said, your energy.
It was so funny. I'm like,
you got the look.
But yeah, South by Southwest, I give y'all a solid 10 out of 10.
That was so fun.
I definitely would come back. I absolutely enjoyed myself. Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
I wanted to say, shout out to Calexy. Their team was absolutely amazing. I mean, and let's talk, because one thing I'm big on is when Black people are running things and they not doing a good job. One thing you girls will get on the internet and do is be like, so
this why Black people can't have nothing.
So I always have to be, when shit is so well done, I'm always going to give Black people their 10s. Like, oh my God, that shit was so well put together. Everyone's energy
really
was amazing. At dinner, we were literally talking about the freaking housewives. Like, from start to finish. We can go and name everyone by name. I'm not going to do that. But just shout out to Calexy. We are really excited to build our world. I actually have to call Jalen this week to set my world up because I want it to be super duper cute. We have some big ideas for our worlds and how we're going to execute them that we're putting into action this week. So, it's Monday when we record this. So we're at the top. This is our first thing to do.
It's so inspiring to see that many Black people doing shit, So if y'all didn't know, because I don't know if we made this very clear, the reason that we were even afforded the opportunity to speak at South by Southwest is because of Calexy, which is a new platform actually designed for creators and for people who want to own their own shit, essentially. Like,
that's
because you know how on TikTok, right, own your own shit. So you know how like on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you have your feed, you follow your people and that's it. So with Calexy, it has that concept still. You have a feed, but you also have the opportunity to take the people that you really love and just enter their own world as its own app so that you can get all of their content without having to like wait on the algorithm to send it to you.
Yeah.
So like it's super, super innovative. So they invited us to speak on the panel. Essentially, it was called Creators to CEO, just highlighting the way that we were able to like essentially monetize our platforms and, get outside of the app a little bit. And so that was like how we even got entered into the space in the first place. And the team, like Mecca said, it was like instant chemistry, which I love because y'all know I'm awkward. And I also, when I'm meeting new people, I just be like, oh, it could go anyway.
Yeah, what's that energy? What's that energy giving?
What's the energy giving? And when we touched down, first of all, they took care of us. My God.
Yeah.
We had our own rooms.
Mind you, we did not have to fight over a thermostat.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
I don't know if I could go backwards. When you get some shit, it's like,
it's like,
you know what?
With a standard. I was like, okay, so I guess we'll have a discussion about the rooms and the stays, and because if we would have to pay separately, because there's a pocket, but the pocketbook looking like, because like you don't want to go backwards, but could our pocketbook do that quite yet? I don't know.
Right? We're gonna have to figure some things out. You guys have set us up so well, and it's like, why would you tease us like this?
Because I gotta be honest, I was sold off the thermostat alone. Alone. My room was warm every time I walked in there. Amazing. I snuggled in. Rubbed my heels together.
Yeah, it was so dope. They, of course, paid for our flights, our rooms, and just all around had us. It was very organized. I was not ever confused. I never felt like they had us looking crazy. They just really took care of us, and it was just a really good vibe altogether. Like just outside of the professionalism of them, they were just a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like when we went out for the company dinner, everybody's just chill, good vibes. We had good conversation about any and everything. And I just really enjoyed them a lot. And I can tell that they are very invested in us, but not just us as a unit, us as creators. And so I'm excited to see where this platform goes. And, it kind of happened at a really interesting pivotal time on TikTok. If you've been tapped in, there's a conversation again about pay disparities between Black and white creators. So them coming in right now, I think is such a dope time because they're giving away $20,000 to 50 creators to help build your world.
Because me and Jamila are amongst the 50. We just wanted to make that clear.
We did take that first grab,
which is why I'm tapping in this week and gonna build my world. I do like the idea of kind of like if you follow my Instagram, if you like my TikTok, if you like my YouTube, Calexy will give me like my own app, my app on your phone where it's like it's me. There's a lot of features on there that you can like think of everything rolled into one essentially. You can have your Patreon, you can have your content, but that's behind the paywall. You can have your stuff that's on the feed, and everything is this particular creator. So it's like you're not, and you can be a part of multiple worlds, obviously. So Jamila and I plan to have our separate worlds, and then what do you call it? You and I. unhinged and immoral.
You and
The you and I world. So,
Mhm.
you and I, unhinged and immoral. You get what we did there?
Clock it.
Jamila texted me this morning in all caps. Oh my God, I have an idea. And when she typed you and I out, I thought I was having a stroke. It took me like 4 times to understand.
I said you and I, get it, you and I, you and I.
I was like, huh?
Because it's like you and
You
I.
and I. And I was like, you and I.
You and I.
Oh,
You and
I.
I. So basically what we're saying is the merch is going to literally devour.
Yes. We already said.
And we have a meeting this week with our merch designer.
We have so many meetings this week. So like when I say South by Southwest was life-changing, we know how to do so much now. We have so many ideas. Obviously, we had ideas going into it, but like seeing how we can execute it and what is kind of in the palm of our hands. Well, like Jamila said, who is aware of us that we weren't even aware was aware of us. Really put yourself out there. You can't keep up. You can't keep up with your name. That's why you got to make sure it's good.
Yeah.
Make sure what you're putting into the world is some shit that you can stand on. Because you never know who knows who you are.
You have to network, y'all. And listen, I get it. I hate networking. I literally hate it. But it is the most important tool. I actually spoke right after South by Southwest. I spoke at my alma mater, Georgia State. Shout out to Georgia State. At in a BJ meeting. And we were talking about that. And what we were all saying on the panel is that like you literally have to network. You have to be there in person, right? You have to go out and speak to people in order to really transcend your career. And that's not just about social media. That's about all of the careers, especially if you're trying to be in entertainment. You have to know people. The huge reason on why I started my production company in the first fucking place is because I didn't know no damn body to give me a job on nobody's set. So I had to do it myself. And so you literally have to know people. And the only way you're going to get to know people is if you go out and talk to people. And as much as I hate it, I'm never going to say it's not useful. It is the most useful tool you will ever have. Getting out there and opening that goddamn mouth.
This is, I just want to put this idea on the floor. So we have obviously our Calexy paywall and then our Patreon paywall. I know we have stuff set up for Patreon already, which is what that's not going anywhere. For our Calexy though, since we went to that event, courtesy of Calexy, and Valise had said this in real time, like we should do something where we're reviewing music, kind of like, but Jamila and I are so silly, so we wouldn't have to we wouldn't have to keep a straight face if the song is bad. It would just be like, maybe we can do something like Philip and be like, the energy's good. Like we'll just have instant, like the energy's good. And y'all know, like, it's a no for me, dog. That would be fun. That would be, I would, because people have sent me songs to review before. Like, how, especially when you get big in content creation, people, you got to market yourself. We'll start emailing you, hey, can you put this in your video? Hey, da-da-da-da-da. And I get that a lot. And I always will, just cheekily send them to my brother because Darrington does music. He's a music head. And he'll either be like, this shit sucks or it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I feel like, okay, now that I've seen that in real time, I'm like, I would be open to doing that. Yeah. That'd be fun. Let's talk about it after this.
Yeah. It could be a part of our yap down.
We are planning a yap down, but we'll come with more details because we're still trying to solidify that with each other and our conceptually.
So just know this is a week of planning.
This week is going to set us up for the rest of the year, honestly.
Right.
This week.
And it's interesting. I'm actually loving the way our schedule kind of worked out because we have like a 3-week break from doing stuff where we're like at home back in our regular schedule programming and our routines. So we can like literally like iron out some details. Now we're in like the planning mode. Yes, let's plan and grind and plan and grind. That way when we're back on the road, I promise y'all gonna be sick of us in the best way.
Prepare to be sick of me.
Prepare to be sick of me. Yeah, it's gonna go stupid.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, it's a stupid.
Stupid.
Well, with that being said, let's spin it.
Let's spin it.
We're going to take a break.
And we're back.
Spin It is our segment where we give you PR advice on how to get through your low down and gutter snipe situations. Now, full disclaimer, Jamila and I are not PR.
Come again.
Full disclaimer. Jamila and I are not PR professionals, as Someone once eloquently told us. But
That bitch.
fucking bitch. But we did study communications in college, and we enjoy the hustle and the bustle of the game. So if you have any gutter snide situations that you want to put a PR spin on, remember to email.
Come again.
I'm on my wind down. Can you tell? I'm like, okay.
She's stroking that. She's stroking that, baby.
We're at an hour. Don't forget. I was on whiskey sours all last night, fighting for my life. We are emailing us unhingedandimmoral@gmail.com. Not going to redo it. Jamila, what do we have?
Hold on. You said we are emailing
that's
us.
what I said. Just,
you know what?
Y'all know what I meant.
Y'all know what the hell to do.
I'm trying to say.
Because Mecca can't say
My
it,
brain is
child.
malfunctioning.
Email us at unhingedandimoralpod@gmail.com. Be sure to include your ages.
Correct.
And let's get to it. Oh, yeah. And let me just say this. Please stop DMing us your spinach. Okay? Y'all don't follow directions. Y'all need y'all ass. Y'all don't follow directions. You used to get in trouble in school, didn't you? That's just spinach.
Oh my God.
Follow directions.
Why can't
Email
they DM? I know you want.
Do not send us a
Because we
DM.
don't check the DMs?
It's just we already have too many with other things. It's not going to get read. We're waiting for the email.
Oh, I wasn't even checking the DMs.
I just seen them today, and I say, hey, why are y'all doing
God,
this?
we have so many.
I didn't respond.
That we're missing out on.
But yeah, come on now.
Damn.
Follow
Well,
directions.
the messy in me kind of does want y'all to DM only because then you can put a picture to the face.
No, they can add a picture to the email. Don't give them no pass. They're grown adults. And that's your problem there. You're probably the problem. If you DM'd, I know you're wrong. Next. All right.
Excuse the fuck out of me, Miss Strick. That was a callback from last week. Your kids are annoying.
All right, let's get to it. Hey, y'all, love the podcast. And can you please keep my name anonymous? My sister and I have always had a tumultuous relationship. Within the last 3 years, I thought we were turning a corner and actually becoming close. To give some context, my sister's going through a hard time. She didn't graduate from college and subsequently started to abuse drugs. I understand and feel her. We are all just trying to figure this shit out. However, she recently tweaked out and damaged my car with malicious intent after a heated exchange, using her Stanley Cup to hit my shot over and over. I think you meant shit. So hit my shit over and over. The damage is estimated to be $1,100. After doing it, she has... They are. The damage is estimated at $1,100. After doing it, she has lied to all the members of our immediate family, saying that I did the damage to my own car. She also has gone out her way and lied and said that I damaged $600 worth of her property and stolen some of her stuff to level the playing field in some sense. Note to mention the fact that she fought my mother and tried to fight me as well. I am pissed beyond belief and struggling because certain members of my family are siding with her out of sympathy, and I'm taking all offense to it, including my mother. She has also threatened to take her own life when I simply ask her to take responsibility for their actions and negatively impacted me. I don't know whether to feel bad for her, mad at her for the lack of responsibility. Can y'all please give me some advice or tell me how y'all would handle this situation? P.S. We also live together, unfortunately. God
you should have
damn.
led with that shit. God damn. First of all, you gotta move. Like, okay. Let me just say this as someone who is close to my sibling, but I have a brother who is a mama's boy and is the youngest. And at points in time, Darrington has definitely been in the wrong, and my mom has taken his side. Who the fuck knows why? Just because that's her baby boy, right? I can absolutely sympathize with you being like, what the fuck, mom? Like, I get that feeling. That is a really hard pill to swallow, especially, I don't know if you're older or she's older, but it really doesn't matter. She's in the wrong. And when you have a parent specifically, not just the family, but your parent siding with the sibling who you feel like has done you wrong, it's tough. From what you described to me, I don't think you should be talking to her, at least for this point in time. Like, I don't think it's healthy for you. Seriously. For anyone who would destroy your shit like that, Stanley Cups are hella fucking hard. And I would think, you said she already fought your mama, so that means she don't mind getting physical. That and I mean, I don't know if your family is aware of her drug abuse. She sounds like she's out of control, long to the short. She really does, and there's no checks and balances within the family. And I'm kind of putting my own business out there. At points in time when I felt like there was no checks and balances with my brother, I backed up from my family. Like, I didn't talk to Darrington. I didn't talk to my mom because I was like, if that's like the behavior that y'all are going to go with, I'm not with that. Morally, I don't agree with that. So, I think that's really hard. And obviously this is not nothing that has to last forever. Because for me, I did a stint, and it was like, I got the apology I wanted. And that is what I was seeking from the beginning. And sometimes it's really hard to stand on business with your family, but sometimes you do. You just you have to.
Mm.
This is tough. Seriously.
Child. I was going to say, I'm going to start off by saying you're in a very difficult position. So as much advice we can give you, I know it's going to be one of those things where you kind of just have to find your way. You have a couple of things working against you. Number one, it's your sibling. Like, it's, that's hard, right? And number two, y'all live together. And number three, we're dealing with drug abuse. And I can tell, you didn't give specifics, but I can tell you it's not weed or alcohol. I know that baby's doing
something.
She's probably off that powder or that crystal.
Or them opioids.
Or them
Because them opes, silent but deadly, and make you get crazy. Listen, girl. So you hitting a car with a Stanley. Oh, you're on drugs, baby.
You know what I'm saying? And it's clearly to the point where the drugs have taken over to the point where she is no longer acting as herself, and she's kind of going out. So when you're dealing with drug abuse, now I will give the disclaimer, and I will say I fully understand that drug abuse is a mental disorder, right? Being addicted to drugs and or alcohol is definitely a mental disorder and should be treated as such. Meaning there needs to be a level of empathy with those people. However, just as a mental disorder, there is absolutely boundaries you are absolutely able to have without feeling any kind of way. Because at some point, it's affecting you. And that's where we are right now. The drug abuse is affecting you and your livelihood. You have to put some distance in between you and your sister. I don't know how close you and your sister were previous to this, but I'm assuming y'all were close. And if I can attest to the way me and my siblings are, which we are very close, if one of them niggas started being a crackhead and acting a fucking ass, I'm slapping the shit out of them and I'm shaking them up and I'm getting them right. And I'm hoping that you do have that relationship where you can be blunt.
Well, she said their relationship hasn't been good. It was getting good, but the whole life, it hasn't been good.
See, and that's where that's going to be an issue. It's going to be harder for you to even break through to her because y'all have already been a little bit of estranged. So my advice to you would, like Mecca said, it definitely need to move out. But you also need to put boundaries in for you and your family, especially the ones who are enablers, because enablers of bad behavior, especially drug abuse and addiction,
it doesn't ever go well.
It's not ever going to help anybody in the situation. It's not. And like, I think Mecca said the same thing. Like, we don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell if the whole family knows that she's an addict, but that's not one of those things that you need to keep a secret when it's affecting everybody.
Just based on what you read, it's giving denial. You're saying people were siding with her because of sympathy. Oh, so y'all know she's a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, they're trying to protect her, and they know that
that's not protecting her.
They know that this erratic behavior is not her per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they're like looking at you like, okay, but you know her issues. You know she's particular, but you know, like that is the level of enablement, and that's where I'm saying, like, at least for me, I don't even mind talking about it no more. When me and Darrington were beefing, it was because we were living together, and he left me to pay, like, he wasn't putting his half of rent in, basically. So I was paying all the bills. So obviously I didn't have no money left, and it was like pissing me smooth the fuck off. That's not right, right? He had a girlfriend at the time who was at my house all the goddamn time. Unmitigated gall of niggas. So I get into it with him. We have a very heated exchange. I call my mama. My mama's like, y'all stop fighting. Basically, that was her stance on it. Y'all stop fighting. What the fuck is you talking about? This nigga owes me 3 months of rent. It's not about fighting. It's about my motherfucking money. And you know what I'm saying? And so in that situation, it was like, oh, so you don't want to take sides because we both your kids, but this is like right and wrong. You couldn't go and do this with no one else. You're doing this because I'm your sister. So you owe me an apology. And mom, you owe me an apology too, because this some bullshit. You tell anyone about the situation, it's wrong. So I'm saying all that to say, I see where your mama's coming from, because your mom probably thinks she helping in the way that she can. But like, you're also going to have to pull up on your mama and be like, girl, this is wrong. And for me to protect my mental health and for me to like self-preservation, I'm gonna back up off you too. And I'm telling you, as I'm gonna go ahead and assume, take a gander, your mama cares about you. As someone with a mom, my mom was sick when I did that shit. But I'm saying like, nah, it's like for real, it's right and wrong. I get that's your son, but I'm your daughter. So at this point, it is what it is. I think that you need to move out, and if you can't move out immediately, you need to put a clear distance between you and your sister, and you need to make your stance clear with your family. Y'all don't have to not fuck with her, but if you're gonna fuck with her, don't fuck with me. For real.
And you, like you said, your car is damaged and she owes you money.
I don't think you're gonna get it back.
Be real with you. You're not gonna ever get that money back. And I think that you have to
I didn't get my money back.
I
didn't get my money back either, girl. You ain't gonna get the money back.
You're not getting that money back. You gotta just kind of, some things you're gonna have to eat. And I think that if you also kind of thinking of the future, let's say, let's hope that your sister gets better, because I want that for her, and I'm sure you want that for her. Let's say down the line she seeks help, she gets clean, all of those good things. It's important for y'all to mend y'all's relationship outside of that money too. Like the money is, because the money is never the issue.
Yeah,
money is never the issue. Money is always just the thing. It's always just the principle. So I need y'all to when y'all get back to that point of reconciling y'all relationship, don't make it about the money. Make it about the situation, and make it about how you all, we're distant and all those things. And I think that I don't think y'all are too far gone. Like I've heard worse. Like now it could go there for sure. Because when people are addicted to drugs, they do things that they would never do.
I feel like you're at the beginning stages of it getting bad. She's fought your mom. She's destroying your property. She's acting erratically. You're at the very beginning stages. And the thing about people who have addiction, and just having dealt with that in my own family, just taking it back, you cannot enable them. You have to very much take a clear stance, and even if it hurts you in the process, in the long run, it's going to hurt either way, but it's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? You need to take, and I would say PR spin. I wouldn't give a fuck how I look to my family, because in the long run, you're gonna look good anyway. Because it's like, I'm not dealing with that. I don't condone that. I'm not like, if she would destroy your car, if she would fight your mama, she's on a path of destruction right now.
She's gonna fight you.
She's gonna fight you next.
And you don't ever want to fight no crackhead,
because they're strong.
She gonna beat your ass.
I'm sorry, sister.
So that's just,
she could rub her hands together and start the car like Kevin Gates.
They don't feel pain.
Don't.
They, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even, you don't want to fight no crackhead. So you might as well go ahead and get out of there before she whoop your ass. And then you're going to really be pissed off because you just lost to a crackhead. So you don't want to do that. But I will say, also prepare for the possibility of your sister hitting rock bottom, because sometimes them addicts don't know how to act until they hit that rock bottom. What's so crazy
is, I was just about to say, and you need to talk to your mama and tell your mama be prepared for her to whip her ass too. Because I'm saying, like, I could only imagine you move out or you're backing up, and now your mom is dealing with her full force, and all of her rage is going towards your mom or other family members. Everyone gets to the point where they're not going to have it no more. And you just seem to be the first one who got to the point where they're not going to have it no more. So you're leading the charge here. And like Jamila just said, that rock bottom be bottom as fuck sometimes. Unfortunately, that's where some people got to get.
And sometimes that's what they need, to have a wake-up call. Y'all all need to take y'all step back, and maybe you need to pull your mom to the side. Y'all need to have a lunch, right?
Wait,
have a lunch.
We were just talking about
be like, mother? No, mother.
We were just talking about this. We were with Melisa, and she was talking about her family and the checks and balances in her family, and how as a family, when people start acting up, like they shun people, but there's like, the old heads will talk to you. Well, your peers will talk to you, the cousins, and then the uncles. And then she said the last stop is like her great grandmother, her grandmother, like the Medea, the big mama in the family. And if you are still showing your ass at the point at which great grandmother has to talk to you, because that means we done did this 4 or 5 times. Then you're no longer invited to stuff until you get your shit together. And I think that,
and I love that.
I loved it, and it's so crazy because a lot of people kind of have that informally, but to hear Melisa like formally talk about it in a way of like, I'm like, damn, a lot of Black people do that. A lot of families do that. Like, somebody got to go talk to you. I can remember when Darrington was fucking up and when he was a teenager, uncle, go talk to him. Go talk to him. Like, that's a thing in our communities. Like, but hearing an actual like, oh yes, we have a system. Like, this is our system. I'm like, most people do have this system. So I say all that to say, if y'all have a system that y'all could possibly. It's time to enact the system. It sounds like she was to skip the cousins. She might need to go straight to Big Mama.
I ain't gonna lie.
She might need to go straight, but for the fairness of because the steps, and if you ignore the steps, then you're kicked out. We give her the steps.
You got to go through the order.
Give her the steps. Give her a fair trial.
Yes. Yes, you definitely got to sit that mama down, and you need to have a conversation with her. Number one, about how, Mom, you're enabling our crackhead sister. I don't like it, and it's hurting her. That's part one of the conversation.
She gonna beat
part
your
two
ass
is,
again,
Mom, you got me fucked up because you keep enabling her, and thus as such, this is how it's affecting me, and I'm telling you, it's gonna affect me and you. So you can do with that information what you will. So that's a conversation you need to have with your mom and kind of see how that goes. But what's important is sometimes you have to look out for you and your own. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you have kids. I don't know all the extra shit, but you got to look out for yourself because you don't want your crackhead sister. I was going to say, if you have
kids, bitch, that's not even a motherfucking question. You got to get going immediately.
Yeah. You don't want that crackhead coming up to your job acting a fool. Because then that's hard to explain.
She attacked your car with a Stanley cup. That is the most crackhead shit I've ever heard. Like if you think of that's why we say this is something different. A Stanley cup?
This is not. This ain't alcohol, because alcohol, they just get all loosey-goosey and all they do is yell and scream and pass out. She on some hard shit.
You should have came to me for crab and gumbo and ain't got no damn crab.
She is on some hard shit. So good luck, sister. I really wish y'all nothing but the best, but you got to look out for yourself. Yeah. For sure. Well, I guess we ought to read some of them comments.
Oh, well, let's get into the comments, y'all. I always forget about the comments.
We're going to take a break. And we're back. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all keep liking, commenting, subscribing to all of our things. It's really important so that we can, judge your engagement and send that to brands so they can send us money. So keep engaging. All right, y'all. So we're going to read some of y'all comments. Mecca's going to start off by reading some of the comments from Apple.
These are from Apple. This one is from Simply Shaki. She said, 5 stars, great show. I love this podcast. I also am afraid of my bestie driving. Wow. This is awkward. She isn't new, but she drives like we're on the run. I basically told her, I don't care. We doing a cross-country trip. I'm driving my own car. Keep up the good work, ladies. Shay from Omaha. This Shay from Oma. So I'm gonna assume that means Omaha. Said lean nut, 5 stars. We talk so fucking much that I don't even know the context of lean nut anymore.
So I'm like,
what the fuck? Saying the phrase lean nut in my ear at 7:42 a.m. on a Thursday morning was not on my bingo card for the day, but I love the pod. Keep going. I'm going to have to go. I need to know.
Oh, I remember. What? You were talking about nut, and he was like, you were saying, I think you were talking about.
I said lean nut? That does sound like a Mecca.
It would only be something you would say.
Well, yes and no. I feel like you would have said it as well.
I would not have said lean nut. That has Mecca written all over it. But continue.
More Apple. Cicely Andrea said, men do drive crazy during an argument. Hey, Mecca and Jamila, y'all are so insightful and I'm loving the personal stories. I too have been in a car with a man as he flew down the streets of Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn, BK. Word to Jenny on the block. We get into a little squabble and suddenly you're in the Fast and Furious. One of the last times he accidentally hit a biker. Whoa, that's manslaughter.
Girl, manslaughter?
Jesus Christ. Oh. The guy ended up being okay, but I never felt so vindicated. I would always tell him to slow down and scared to go to jail. God damn. Hit somebody. Jesus Christ. I don't have that experience.
You said J-Lo. She from?
Yeah, she's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
We know.
We don't want to get that twisted.
She's from the block.
Mm-hmm. I'm not really familiar with New York.
Don't be messing up. Don't be messing up J-Lo.
Is that Biggie and Little Kim? They from Brooklyn?
Biggie and Jay.
Oh, they're from BK. Or is it Bronx BK? Yeah. No, that's BX. Y'all all answer to the rat overlord. So anyway, pissing men off for free, said love y'all. I've been following you both on TikTok for a while now. I've always appreciated y'all takes on things. I just listened to all to all your episodes in the past 48 hours. I am obsessed. Y'all are too funny. Are you from Baltimore? I've just been cackling and ad-libbing like I'm in the room with y'all. The combos, the advice, the opinions, hilarious and real. I love it. Keep doing y'all. Wishing y'all much success on all future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
You've
also
been
piss men off for free.
thorough.
So
Thorough. Okay, y'all. These are from Spotify. This is from Moulay, I believe. Love from South Africa.
Woo!
Period. Jamila reminds me of Kiki Palmer in the best way. That's the best compliment you
I
can ever
love
give me.
Kiki.
I love Kiki down. Love her. Shout out to Kiki Palmer, y'all. At Chatterbox341. One thing about Texas driving is once you've mastered it, you're good at everything else. LOL. This is Cree says, hey y'all, Mecca, I too can identify as a good kid in Mad City. As an 80s baby, they not raising these kids to be seen and not heard, which can teach you how to be observant and a good listener. Valuable skills to have.
No, because listen, that's how I got all the
literally.
Tea. Shut your ass up.
At SC Bookie says, Tennessee here, and I love me a moon pie. I'm going to have to get me one today, LOL. I'm always told how country I am for liking them. Yeah, baby, we did.
Listen,
okay.
this is your tribe.
Yum, yum, yum.
Ed Monet, I believe, said, I'm mad that the video ain't showing on Spotify. Off to YouTube I go. LOL. Hey, tell them to get their money up.
There's a reason for that.
Ed JoJo says, I'm from Louisiana and still want to experience Mardi Gras in Mobile. They would shoot motherfuckers in Mao, I think that's how you said, this year. So I'd much rather be somewhere else next year, LOL. Also, I hate moon pies and always have since I was a kid, LOL. Yeah, you got to experience Mardi Gras in Mobile. It's its own thing, own culture.
Okay, we're on YouTube. Mecca, it's K Beauty said, Mecca wanting to dress as a moon pie next time is very on brand for her. Listen, I'm going to make it work. DJ Blessed 313 said, at 33 minutes and 22 seconds, the silent after the monkey joke, I felt that. The laughter with no sound. We all grabbing objects with our feet. Because why would you say that? Now, that was Jamila. Because I said, monkey.
If it's a racial joke, it was probably
I was going to say, that was you.
Sorry.
I think this is Kiera Graney 5099 said, this has been the best episode to date with the dead emoji. Thank you, girl. Sharonda Renee 06 said, y'all beating us? Jamila, please. And that was Jamila, another racial joke, because that was another racial joke.
You're welcome.
Emmanuel Dixon 5645 said, Moon Pie was founded and still operates out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. I did not know that. I live in Knoxville, and moon pies were a very popular treat, usually paired with an RC Cola. If you ever come to East Tennessee, we also have moon pie moonshine. Well, that's a goddamn fun fact.
I didn't know that. I love a good fun fact.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to take that to the bank next time I'm in Mobile. Just Cooper _7 said, this episode had me cackling. Y'all are too funny. Thank you. And Josh Helm 3772 said, at 6 minutes and 39 seconds, jeans and beanie church music is so fucking funny. Listen, I love Maverick City from time, but not all the time. Put on the clock, sisters.
All the time.
I want to stomp and clap, girl.
Dang, y'all. We love y'all so much. I guess now, can we do the church announcements? I like doing the little announcements.
Yes, the little church announcement.
Then it's like, it's an incentive. If you finish the episode, you get the nuggets.
Oh, yes. Okay,
wait,
let me go back to the screen where I can see y'all. All right, church announcements. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Oh. I feel like we made all of our announcements during the meat of the episode because we said we're doing our Calexy setups for our worlds this week. We'll be having like a Patreon type Calexy situation.
Oh, we do have one. What? We'll be in Dallas.
Oh,
April
19th.
17th through the 20th.
I'll be back at 4th. I have a gender reveal, but we'll see how I'm feeling about that. Yeah. We'll be there whole weekend.
So we'll be in Dallas from the 17th through the 20th. We'll be there for a country music showcase. We're actually hosting. Yeah. So this is going to be our first hosting gig. That's super exciting. And we're also going to be doing a meet and greet down there. We don't have all the details for the meet and greet just yet, but when we do, of course, y'all.
We also are hosting an Easter brunch. on Easter. By the way, I'm going to put this on the flow. Any churches in Dallas, Jamila's not going to come to church with me. I already know that. But it is Easter Sunday. I am going to try and pop in before I go do Sunday Fun Day and host and have a section and drink.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Would you mind going? We don't have to stay the whole time. We have somewhere to be. But, all you got to do is touch Jesus' hem, girl. You just got to step in there.
All you have to do is touch him.
You ain't going to burn up or nothing.
I just,
somewhere with good music.
Like, I mean,
the music. I feel like with the scheduling,
I don't play by the choir. It needs to
please, like a Wheeler level choir. The choir is very important because I don't know if we can stay the whole service with our scheduling. And Jamila, you like the music anyway, so that will work. We can just come in, get a little, save the sanctified Easter energy, and then go to brunch and do our hosting gig for the brunch. So Dallas, any traditionally Black Baptist churches?
Black.
When I say traditionally, I want like progressive. Please don't say anything weird in the pulpit about gay people. You know what I'm saying? Again, a Wheeler energy, if you're aware in Houston. Good choir, that's on the to-do. And possibly not a long service because, we might have to leave anyway. So.
Yeah, I was going to, it could be as long as you want it, baby. Don't worry about it.
Choir got to be good though.
Leaving at some point.
Yeah. Before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave. Them vibes. Hit the comments.
I don't think we have any other announcements. Tune in next week for more announcements.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Well, I'll say one more thing, but I won't give any details. We are having a special guest on our next episode of Unhinged and Moral.
Oh, yes. We are having a special guest who y'all definitely know.
Maybe y'all should guess. Guess in the comments who you think is going to be on the next episode of Unhinged and Moral. This will not be a Patreon episode. It will be an actual drop.
This will be our first, what is this? Guest episode of the main pod.
Yeah, so leave your guesses in the comments and you'll see if you're right next week. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Unhinged and Immoral is hosted by Jamila Bell and Mecca.
Produced by Melisa D. Monts and Diamond MPrint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Llorens.
Production assistant by Melanie D. Watson.
Music by Audie and Brooklyn Billionaires.
And graphics by Claudia Choi.